Stand by.
Daily summer camp with lights blazing red. Peaches at the helm, spilling what's been said. Whispers of poker under neon shine. Vegas secrets spilled, one deal at a time. Vegas, where the secrets flow, cards and chatter in the afterglow. Peaches talks while the rumors burn. Daily dose of secrets at every turn. Big black slicing hearts in smoky air. Millions on the line, and the players there. Stories of the bold ones losing their hand. Peaches tell the tales that rock the land. Vegas, where the secrets flow, cards and chatter in the afterglow. Peaches talks while the rumors burn. Daily dose of secrets at every turn.
Good morning and welcome to day one of the WSOP and to the fourth annual WSOP and all Vegas Poker Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and I'll be your host today. And I had to play that because John sent that to me last summer. And he had sent me another song, and I thought he had only sent me one song, and I discovered this song a few weeks ago when I was, or maybe it's been a couple months now, when I made the video about the quilt. And when I went to download some music, this song was one of my things that I could download, and I was like, wait, where did this come from? So I have no idea how it got there, but it was there. And I appreciate you, John Robertson, for making that AI song for me last summer. And thank you. I thought it was kind of fun. And I really just had to kind of chuckle. That's just the shortened down version. Maybe one day I'll play the whole thing. Pardon me, but I did want to give a shout out to John for sure. Co-hosting with me today and a couple of guest hosts are going to be Isaac, who's behind the Green Visor Gang account, I believe, and then Joey is here and Maureen is here too. And we're going to hit the ground running. So, good morning, afternoon, or good day, wherever y'all are.
Good morning, Sherry.
How are you, my friend?
Awesome.
Awesome. And I want to give a little shout out to Joey. And you guys all have been with me for, a few years now, but Joey's kind of new to the whole spaces scene and kind of what I've created. And he is so enthusiastic and I love him for it because he's driven by passion like the rest of us are. And he reached out to me in a lovely DM yesterday wanting to help get some guests to come on. And I can't wait for what he has in store because it's going to be awesome. And I don't ever want to curtail it, Joey, but I hope you understand that I do things a certain way for a reason. And I hope you appreciate that as well.
Oh, 100%. I'm catching up to speed.
I hear you, but I love you, and I'm glad you're here joining us, and you're a valuable member of our poker world. And agreeing to coach us every day for 53 days is just amazing, and I thank you for that commitment to the crazy with the rest of us. Isaac, are you there, buddy? Hey, Jana.
I hope so. Good
There
morning.
you are. You know what? If you don't mind, I think I'm just going to send you the speaker first, microphone. And then as it goes on, we'll try getting you into the co-host. For some reason, Spaces really goes nuts when I try to make you a co-host. Uh-oh, did I lose them already? Hit that microphone button, buddy. Uh-oh. Are you there? Uh-oh. He's going to have to go back down and come back up. So that's probably something we're going to battle this whole space, and it's okay. It's nothing new to us. And welcome, Tracy and D-Man, Exec Deck, Maureen, Jana. Glad you guys can all join us today. I know Maureen's not feeling very good today, so hopefully as time goes on, she will start feeling better. So, Maureen, whenever you want to come up, just hit that microphone button in the bottom left corner, and maybe you can give a little description about what we're going to do tomorrow. Since it was kind of your brainstorm and brainy idea, and I loved it. So, I want us to be able to go with it and talk about it for sure because I appreciate you and your efforts in the poker world for sure. So let me just go ahead and oh, there she is. How are you, friend?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing good. I need to get rid of this headache.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's nothing worse. It's debilitating, right?
Yeah, it's okay. But I couldn't miss day one of the WSOP. I'm super excited.
Woo! We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. And I am definitely like a little bit of FOMO this morning, of course, because we're not there. We're here. So we just have to live through everybody else for right now because we'll get there soon enough. I know Maureen's going to go in about what the middle of June, right?
Yeah, I'll be there for Ladies Week.
Awesome. I love it. And of course, hopefully she'll be joining us with her husband at the meetup game. Hint, hint, hint.
Yes, I'm gonna try my hardest. But the day before, it's the WSOP Ladies Bracelet.
Right?
So if I can do a deep run, then that would be my reason not to attend the meetup game.
Right. And that's the
But
priority. And hopefully we'll both be at the same table and I'll have to leave the meetup game for, I have some other people that I've spoken to. I'm like, okay, I'm in day 2 of the ladies event. You're going to have to take on the meetup game. So we'll figure it out. It always works out one way or another, but I certainly look forward to seeing you in Vegas. And, for those that don't know Maureen, I'm just going to give a little bit of an intro, and I know I did it yesterday, but still. Or did I make that up in my mind? I can't remember. I think I did. I give
you
your
did.
okay. You guys, I'm so sorry, but when I'm typing it up or writing it out, then I think I've said it and I haven't, and sometimes I just catch myself off guard. So sorry about that. But I just want to say that Maureen is the founder of 2 Facebook groups, Globetrotting Ladies and Globetrotting Poker. She designed a web-based calendar called Women's Poker Calendar that tracks all the ladies' events around the world. I also want to give her a little plug. She was the brainchild, or I guess how you say it. She was the person that came up with the idea and implemented it and co-founded the Plan Group. My friend is a poker tour guide, has been a poker room owner, a dealer, and has a background in finance and web design. Maureen is a self-proclaimed flag hunter, and her Hendon mob is over 211,000 in live cashes, which, by the way, she just went over 200,000 in winnings during 2026. So, congrats on that, Maureen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the nice intro. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad you're able to join us. Do you want to? You know what? Let me make a couple of announcements, and then we'll get on to what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect. Please be reminded that we will always try to give the most updated and accurate information possible, but we are human and information is always fluid in the poker world. So please make sure to double check any information we provide to ensure yourself the best experience possible. And please correct us if we're wrong. We want to get it right. And thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Of course, it's free of charge. You can find the recordings of all my past spaces and interviews right at your fingertips. I tried something a little different, and I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but I put under the tweet with the purple box for the live link for this space, I decided to like preempt by doing some posts under there about things I was going to talk about today, like the quilt, to see if it's a good idea to like pre-post it before I start the space, because when you're hosting, it's really difficult to try to host, be listening to whomever's talking so you can be engaged, and then try to go post something in the chat. Find it on your phone, post it, blah, 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 blah. It is, I run the risk of rugging the space, which is also annoying. So I thought, oh, if I can pre-post that stuff under the link, maybe that's an answer to that. So we're going to see how that works out today. But I wanted to mention that we are doing a fundraiser, the Quilt for Charity, and we're raising funds for the Poker Gives charity to feed the homeless in Las Vegas. A $10 donation will get you one ticket. A $25 donation will get you 5 tickets. So don't miss your chance to win this one-of-a-kind autographed poker quilt. And that should be in the underneath their initial post for this space. You'll see the link to go make your donations. So appreciate that. Hope you can give. Also, don't forget it's tax deductible. Many thanks to Sean McCormick and Craig Larson for agreeing to host my 7th official Spaces meetup game at the Bellagio on 6/26 at 2 p.m. It will be a cash game, and they're going to provide pizza for us. We have many Splash the Pot items, which we'll go over in a little bit. So please let me know if you can come, even if you're a maybe, because like Maureen and I, we may be, we're kind of maybes because we are hoping to get into day 2 of the ladies event, which will be the day of the meetup game. But guess what? The meetup game will still go on. So let me know if you're a maybe, and we're all there for Poker First, and that list of attendees for the meetup game is ever evolving, even up until the minute it starts. So that is not a problem. A couple of things that I always remind people annually is to take some pictures. And the 3 pictures I highly recommend is when you pull into the parking garage, take a picture of where you park. So you'll know the floor, parking spot, whatever. Because 12 hours later when you're tired, you might not remember, was I on floor 5? Was I on floor 2? Take a picture. Also, take a picture of your chip stack when you leave the table, because a lot of times they're going to chip up when you go to the restroom, and you want to be able to prove what your chip stack was before that chip up. Mistakes happen. People are human. The third picture I highly recommend you take is when you get up to leave your table, take a picture of the table number. Notice I didn't say take a picture of the dealer, because when you get up, that dealer may be changing tables when you get up. So you don't want to go to the table where the dealer is. You want to go to the table where your chip stack is. So take a picture of the table number that you're seated at. So those are some of my reminders. Maureen, I'm going to let you give a little spiel about what we're going to do tomorrow, and then we're going to get on to Joey's Poker Corner.
Sure, thank you. So I also dropped 2 links in the same thread on X. So tomorrow we'll be talking about the rules. So these are the current rules that are in play. So if you have any questions, or you're unsure of what the procedure is in Las Vegas or the WSOP, send us a message or drop it in the chat, and we'll be sure to cover it. We'll have Matt Savage with us as well to confirm all the answers. So in the chat, I posted the 2024 TDA rules. 2024 rules are in play because the TDA doesn't happen until late June. And then it takes like 30 days, I think, for the new rules to be adopted. So 2024 is the correct version. And then I also dropped in the chat the 2026 WSOP rules, as they have many additional rules that they follow in Las Vegas. As mentioned yesterday in the space, one rule is with the patches. that's outlined in the WSOP rule, that if you are representing a brand, make sure that you get your patch approved sponsorship at WSOP.com. So that's an example of a WSOP specific rule.
Awesome. And the reason why the rules have only been updated as recently as 2024 is because that TDA committee summit doesn't happen every year. It's a biannual event. And so this is the year. So 2024, 2026 will be the revamped rules come fall. So we'll look forward to that updated version. And as a matter of fact, when I was looking up some stuff in research for tomorrow, I saw a typo. And so I sent it to Matt. I was like, I know you're probably editing or about to edit. So here's a typo you may want to address. So, and please do that kind of stuff because the folks that are working hard to put that together for us want it correct. So, and Maureen mentioned the approved patches and getting your patches approved. We're going to go over that list in a minute, but I want to give Joey the floor because I'm trying to make sure we give him his time slot every day at the same time. So, Joey, I appreciate you so much. And I look forward to today's lesson, which is tight is not weak. Without further ado, Joey Gargiulo, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sherry. And I have to add all three of those pictures that you were talking about. Listen, if you play poker enough, because I've been the guy that couldn't find my car. I've been the guy that came back to a table and a new dealer pulled everybody's stack in. And I was the only one with a photo of my stack that you could piece together the amount of chips I've had. And listen, I've been known to walk back into the arena. We're getting old now. And I couldn't remember what table number I was at because they all looked the same. So that is great advice, Sherry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, bud.
And it's all about awareness, isn't it? And that's why we're all here. And that's what I love about this show, because knowledge is power. We talked about that yesterday, right? Awareness is knowledge, knowledge is power. And I have to say, if you're listening to this, whether on the recording or live, and you like what you hear, please help Sherry. Like, share, tell your friends. This is the best kept secret in Vegas, and it doesn't have to be, if that makes any sense. So speaking of awareness, I will admit that growing up, that I was a nerd, a geek. I had my head in philosophy books long before people even knew what philosophy books were, and all kinds of. I was a nerd, all right, and I like to study spiritually awakened superstars of the past, and one of my favorite spiritually awakened superstars was Nikola Tesla. I mean, talk about an amazing mind. This man invented AC electricity. He invented the motor. He invented wireless remote control vehicles before, there was even a wireless remote controls. Like, these are things that he invented. And one of my favorite quotes from Tesla is, "The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine." Now think about that. There's poker in there. Sometimes we look down at a hand. It's just not our hand. That's their hand. So what do? We fold. We fold so later we could play the hands that we were meant to play. The ones we prepared so hard for. The positions where we know what we're doing, what's going to happen. And it's fine. This pot might be theirs, but the future pot, the ones that really matter, are ours. And that segues right into today's topic. Tight is not weak. Now, a little personal background about myself. I wasn't just a nerd, but I was a small, scrawny nerd. I was the one that got picked on in school. I've written books about this, okay? People used to knock my books over, spit on my head, put notes on my back, yada, yada, yada. So when you're born into this world as the run to the litter, okay, when you have some physical challenges. Like I've been blind 3 times in my life. I've had 3 cornea transplants. When I was 17 years old and the rest of the 17-year-olds were out racing cars and going out on dates, I was walking down the streets of Manhattan with my mom in my arm to guide me through the streets. Okay? But don't ever question what you see. I'm sorry. Don't ever jump to a conclusion that what you see that appears weak is actually weak. So I want to read from, like I did yesterday, from the 30-Day Poker Coach. This is when I'm reading, what I'm reading to everybody is stuff that I have downloaded from the universe through a lot of meditation, a lot of thought, and this is what I came up with on the subject. One of the dumbest lies poker players tell themselves is that folding equals weakness. It does not. In fact, a lot of people who look the boldest at the table are not strong at all. They're bored. They're impatient. They're addicted to action. They need stimulation. They need attention. Some of them just need to get involved. That is not strength, my friends. That is dependency wearing a poker face. Real strength in poker is often quiet. It looks like a player folding 10 hands in a row without getting emotionally itchy. It looks like somebody refusing to donate just because the table feels slow. It looks like discipline. And discipline is a lot tougher than random aggression. Let's clear up a major misunderstanding. Playing tight is not the same as playing scared. Tight means selective. It means you know not every hand deserves your money. Scared, on the other hand, means you avoid pressure even when the spot is profitable. These are two very different things. A disciplined player can fold garbage for an hour and then explode into action the moment the right situation appears. A scared player misses those profitable moments because fear keeps them stuck. But a strong, tight player, that person is dangerous. At small and mid stakes, a lot of players want to prove something every orbit. They want to show the table that they're creative, fearless, hard to read, willing to gamble, willing to make moves. Fine, let them. You do not get paid for looking interesting. You get paid for making better decisions than the people around you. I've seen players torch an entire session just because they were embarrassed to look card dead. That, my friends, is ego. They started entering pots with junk, defending trash, making loose calls, and forcing bluffs, not because the spot was good, because folding too much bruises their identity. The table is not testing your masculinity or your femininity. It's not testing your courage or your worth. It's testing your discipline. There is a beauty in being selective. You save chips, right? You avoid ugly spots. You come in with ranges that hold up better under pressure. And perhaps most importantly, when you finally do enter, it can mean something. Tight players know when to change gears, often get more credit when bluffing, and more action when value betting because their range still carries weight. Now, none of this means you should become robotic or nitty for the sake of being safe. It means understand that refusing to bleed is not passive. It's intelligent. It is the game. If the game is soft, patient players get paid. But if the game is also wild, guess what? Patient players still get paid. The ones who hand over chips just to stay entertained, well, they usually become the entertainment, don't they? Poker rewards people who can wait without feeling weak. That is a powerful skill, not a boring one. So, what do I take away from that? There's a timing, there's a tempo. I write about this in the poker dance, which we'll get into, okay? There's a timing to the table. And when we force things just for the sake because we haven't played a hand in so often, that's not good. VPIP. So let's do the math. You should really be playing ideally, especially if you are a new to intermediate player, no more than 25% of your hands. If you go above 25%, you're not saying you can't do it, but now you have to be, you have to make up for it in other ways. You better know your table very well. You have to have a reason to play more than 25% of your hands, not because you're being dealt pocket fours and pocket sixes and pocket nines over and over and over again, because there's places for those hands, like we talked about yesterday in position. You see, everything we're going to talk about all just ties together, if that makes sense. Now, yesterday I announced that every week I'm going to be doing something cool for everybody. So I'll tell you what I've done. On Amazon right now, starting today in the United States and starting tomorrow in the UK, you can go onto Amazon. I already clicked the button and you could download the 30-Day Poker Coach just for 99 cents on Kindle. I put it on sale for this week for everybody. All right. They're affirmations and they mean something because I put my heart and soul into researching this stuff. This is not my knowledge. I'm just sharing what I learned. Any questions?
That's awesome. Thank you, Joey,
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
putting that out on Amazon for us for sure. What a great lesson. And I couldn't help but, I got to give him a microphone first. Hopefully his microphone will hold because I'm just going to call him out because I spoke to him about this the other day, Isaac, and your VPIP. But I think the valid point is that, how many times we hear people make fun of people that are nitty or nits? Well, yeah, because they can't get your money, right? Because it's your money is protected because you're being a nit, right? Not a loose fish.
Right. It's so true.
And
Oh my God, Isaac, she's calling you out.
he's probably trying to get up here. He's having technical issues, so he'll get me later for that for sure. But if anybody has any questions about Joey's lesson or anything we're doing up here on the speaker panel, you are always welcome to request a microphone and join us with your comments or questions. Maureen, did you have anything?
No, that's great. I was trying to find the link to drop in the chat so everyone can go to Amazon and get those books.
I'll
Thank
do
you.
it. Yeah, 100%.
She'll
You
do
got
it.
it.
She'll do it,
Oh,
Joey.
good.
She's
Oh,
doing it
you're
for
I'll
you.
do it.
awesome. You'll
Yeah,
see it
thank
on Amazon, 30-Day Poker Coach.
perfect. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate you. And Isaac gave us a crying face, so he doesn't have service right now. There's nothing worse than being in a live space listening and not being able to come up and talk. And that's why I joke with him because we've all been through it and it's very frustrating. But Joey, what a great lesson. And I hope that's given everybody some food for thought. And I love that this space is going to be recorded so people can go back and refer to your lessons, Joe.
Right. And just so you tomorrow, just so you know, we're going to talk about how and why aggression has a purpose. So
Love
there
it.
is another side, the yin and yang. We can be nitty, but we also can be aggressive, can't we, Sherry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. So today's lesson was tight is not weak, and tomorrow's lesson is aggression has a purpose. And I look forward to it, Joe. I appreciate you, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And Joey's working on a guest for us, and hopefully we'll know today about that. It'll be fun. So thank you. I appreciate that as well, Joe. Okay, I'm going to move us along because I do have a lot to cover. The first 4 days is really packed with a lot of logistic stuff. And then as we go on, I'll just repeat those every few days or so. But I feel like some of this stuff needs to be repeated a couple of days in a row when we first start because it's important. And I think one of those things that Kevin Mathers brought up to us yesterday was if you have multiple WSOP WSOP result profiles on the app. Sometimes there's a confusion about a spelling of a name, and now all of a sudden you have two profiles of results, and how do you get it back down to one? So what you would do is, excuse me, is you will write an email to merge@wsop.com so they can merge those multiple profiles into one. And I think that's a really valuable piece of information. So that's merge@wsop.com if you happen to end up with multiple results profiles. So it sounds like it's going to be an easy fix once you get over and email that. Also, as I spoke about in one of the announcements, that the information in the poker world is always fluid, so double check stuff. I noticed in a tweet that Kevin put out either late last night or really wee hours of the morning, that the registration desk opens at 9 this morning, and it will be closed daily from 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m., which is a little bit of a difference of time than what he had told us in the space yesterday. So I want to repeat that. The cage will be closed daily from 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. And plan ahead, folks. Plan ahead to make your experience better. If you're out for a late dinner and you're ready to, head out or head up to your room, go pay, go to the cashier and do your buy-in. Do it when it's not so crowded. You'll be so much happier, believe me. Definitely, definitely. Okay, so Isaac, I got your message. I would suggest just going completely out of the space, closing Twitter, and then reopening Twitter and try again to see if that'll help you. I know it's frustrating as hell. As a matter of fact, yeah, I would try that, buddy. Okay, I want to say congratulations to our GVG Discord Challenge winner, Exec Deck. There were 3 people that followed my directions. This was a special little offering for the members in the GVG Discord. There were 3 people, Exec Deck, Rather, and D-Man, that followed the directions. So they were all 3 put into a drawing for 5 tickets for the charity raffle for the quilt, and Exec Deck won the 5 tickets. Because so many others retweeted the space out, I did a second drawing for 2 tickets, and Mac with the Green Visor Gang won that. So congratulations to those winners. And I look forward to doing some other stuff like that as the summer goes on. You guys know I've always given stuff away because it makes me happy. So congrats to those winners. I'm not sure. Oh, let me do the updates as far as the winners around town. So Kathy Chang was with us yesterday morning, and she had to take off because she was in day 2 of the Win $1,100 '08 tournament. Well, she came in 8th place for over $5,400. So congrats to Kathy Chang. The winner of that tournament was Jay Kerbell. There were 86 players, and he took home over 24,000 for his work in that tournament. Also, David, I think it's Kaput, took down the $200 no limit tournament on Friday over at the Aria. He took home over $1,700 and the winner's coin. So congratulations, David. I also want to wish Tyler Phillips, who we interviewed, what was it, a week ago? Tyler is the chip leader going into the Venetian $600 tournament. It's an '08 tournament. He has 25% of the chips of the entire tournament in his stack, or 783,000. They're going to come back to blind levels 10K, 20K. There are 19 left, and first place prize is $16,000. So good luck to Tyler Phillips. Take it down, buddy. Maybe we'll give him some of that Spaces Run Good. Maureen, did you stay up, or even Joey or anyone else? If you did, come on up. Anybody else besides me in this space stay up for that 25K fantasy draft?
I did not because I was coaching last night until 2 o'clock in the morning. Believe it or not, I was up, but I missed it.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, it was 5 hours of what am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
Oh
Maureen,
my God.
oh, it was so drawn out. And for me, the biggest problem with the time management for it was players that you knew were going to take a high dollar, like the Sean Deebs of the world, the D Negs of the world. They started at $1 or $5. And so Deebs finished for $133 at $1 at a time for most of
Oh
that bidding.
God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So most of the bidding was at, you'd have a few people throw in a $3 bid or a $5 bid above the last price, but 90% of the bidding was at $1 increments. I thought I was going to slit my throat. I'm just going to tell you. I was like, come on, we have to think about this for next year. I think there were 24 teams and they each needed to draft 8 players. And, it's a lot. And it went 5 hours later, and we're finally done. And I'm like, what did I just do to myself? It's 2 in the morning, and now I gotta, finish getting ready for the show tomorrow, whatever. So I love the whole concept. I love watching the draft, but definitely needs to be tweaked a little bit. Maureen, did you watch it? Probably not. She had a headache, but
I did not. It was too late. I just saw afterwards that some more Europeans were drafted. So congratulations, friend of the show, Andreas. He got drafted. So that's very cool. We'll be following his journey. And
right.
D-Neg got himself. That seemed like a surprise.
He kind of, I'm pretty sure he always bids for himself.
Okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure he always wants himself in that. I'm trying to find hold on a second. Um, and I think it's just because he is the owner of his own team and he just wants himself, that kind of thing. But um, some surprises on that journey. And again, congrats to somebody spaces with us all the time. Andreas was drafted for $1 on Sean Deeb's team. So we'll definitely be following him, like Maureen said. But then you have I'm just going to read some of the prices because some were surprising that they were too much or too little. So Sean Deeb was $133. Now keep in mind, you only have a $200 budget and you have to draft 8 players. And so you spend $133 on Shaw Deeb doesn't leave you very much for the other 7 players for your team. Texas, excuse me, Mike went for 130. Dean Neggs went for 116. Brian Rast went for 97. And then you have the grinder. Remember what his accomplishments were by any chance last year? He went for $80. Like, why would he only go for $80? Um, Bryn Kenny went for $7. Mike the Mouth went up from $3 to $7 this year. Brad Owen $1. Mercier $1. Big Hooney 35. Mormon 6. Huck Seats 7. Kristen Foxen 16. Remember, she finished in the top 13 of the main event. She went for $16. Alex Foxen went for 79. Where did he finish in the main event last year? Yeah, never mind. Pads $41. Chance Corneth $34. Steven Song, who was a wrecking ball last summer, $18. Ite $18. Eric Seidel $1. Jason Kuhn $1. Lucky Chewy $3, who had a great summer last year. So no rhyme or reason. Sometimes I also got to give a shout out to TJ Reed and Tyler Phillips. We interviewed those folks in the last couple of weeks. They both went for $5 each. So congrats to them. We'll be following them. And Craig Chait, who I interviewed last year, went for $1. So I'm happy he got drafted. We'll follow him as well. But some of the pricing, I don't know. What do you think, Joey? Are some of those numbers surprising to you?
Um, at first, I know they sound surprising, but you realize, just like the NFL draft, there are people that all year are researching these players, and they have inside intel on how many events they're going to be playing and what. This is this is upper higher math here. You get that? Like this is
Oh,
the
right,
gamblers that figured it out, the big time gamblers. Okay, that putting fantasy leagues that they're investing 10 grand, they have
right.
it all figured out, if that makes sense.
No, and
And
it
so there's a
does.
method behind the madness.
Well, and I agree with you. And to DNEG's credit last night, because I think this was a thing that people really complained about last year, and I may have complained a little bit at a time or two, because one of it certainly applied to one of the players that we had picked on our Team Spacers team, and that is. Um, you don't know if they're going to do a full schedule, and so, or if they're even showing up. And so Dean Neggs did make an announcement last night. Hey, if you know somebody that's not playing a full schedule or not showing up or is only coming for a week or something, please shout it out so they're not drafted, because it's just not fair to the teams that you know and they don't know. And we really want it to be good competition. And so I totally agree with you. And I'm going to tell you, my little team, ASG and Brian and Karen and Wolfie and um, yeah, we are on recon duty. So we're like, here's the possibilities. Go scout out their social media and see what they're saying, because to the credit of the folks running the draft, they were asking the players to make a tweet with the information about how they're going to play this summer. And so they've all been doing that for about 4 or 5 weeks. So you can go to their social media and possibly see a post that says, I'm planning on playing this much, or not, or my wife's having a baby, so I won't be there very much, or whatever. So valid points, Joe.
Thank you. And by the way, Sherry, I got the text from that speaker that you wanted to have for Monday at 10. So I
Yes.
don't know if you want to make that announcement now or hold back. It's up to you.
Well, I'm going to tell you
But
what.
he said yes. Okay. He's in.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to do is I'm going to go down the list of what's going on from now until Tuesday in our daily spaces. And tomorrow we're going to have Maureen and we're going to have Matt Savage, who's going to be on the golf course at the time, which I think is hilarious, uh, is going to join us. And we're going to go over some TDA rules. And please see the flyer that is in the purple pill, because it's going to have on that flyer the rules or the icebreaker rules that we're going to start off discussing. And I know that Maureen already has some rules that people have submitted that we're going to also try to go over how the rules apply or don't apply, how we get confused by those rules, how they're not being implemented correctly, whatever. We want to get a better understanding about those rules that are confusing us at a table. So that's going to be tomorrow. On Thursday, and this is I think we need a news flash thing here. Wait a minute. Okay, breaking news. On Thursday, Tama LaRosa from the Venetian, who is the director of operations, is going to join us. And then on Friday, the one and only Scotty Wynn is going to join us. You heard it here
Yes.
first.
My buddy Scotty.
Yes. So Scotty's going to join us on Friday. Then on Saturday, we are going to have Papa Poker lead us into the Saturdays. So that is
Joey.
Papa Poker. So that should be a fun space. He is a wealth of information, and his passion for poker and what he does is um, shows no bounds. So looking forward to speaking with Papa Poker on Saturday. And
Another soul brother of mine. I love this.
I love it too. On Sunday, I'm not trying to book anybody extra because I want it to kind of be a little bit shorter of a space so we can enjoy our Sunday. Okay, on Monday, let's see. Wait a minute. Monday? Joey, go ahead.
Okay. On Monday, we are going to have my buddy, Cuz Steve Buckner, who I happen to be writing his autobiography right now. So he needs to promote himself a little bit. And Cuz is a blast.
Cuz is a blast. And I love when I run into him on in Vegas or on a stop, because he will always stop and sit down and chat with me for a while, and I love it because he is just a bundle of energy, and he ping pongs all over the place, and it's hilarious and fun and always a great conversation. So thank you, Joey, for getting the Cuz to join us on Monday. That should be a lot of fun. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have Barb Zingaro over. She works over at the Orleans. She was a
Yay.
supervisor over there, but she also is involved and does a lot of work. And I'm sorry, I can't think of her a title
It's Poker Gives.
at Poker Gives, but I
Yeah.
can't think of her,
Oh, a
her
title,
title.
right. She has a lot of titles.
Right. But she oversees the Feed the Homeless arm of the Poker Gives charity. And so she's going to come in on Tuesday, and we're going to talk about the quilt and where we're at as far as fundraising is concerned, and how many tickets have been, how do you say it, swiped up. So that'll be Barb will be on Tuesday. So I have my work cut out for me, folks. I got a lot to get ready for those folks to join us, and I'm happy to do it. Don't forget that Joey will, of course, be doing his coach's corner every day as well, and we'll have the news around town. So I'm very excited about those guests. So what you think, Joey?
Oh, this is an amazing schedule. It really is. And I love that the guests that you have on, because I know each one of them personally in so many ways. A lot of people don't know this, but the charity Poker Gives that Barbara was running, she basically inherited that from the Doyle Brunson days. That was Doyle Brunson's charity.
It
That's how
was
old
it
that
was
charity.
well, it was Mike Sexton's.
Mike Sexton's, right? Thank you.
Yeah, it
Right, but
was
they were
Mike
all
Sexton.
involved.
Right.
Everybody was involved, and she
Absolutely.
kept it alive. How
A-
cool is that? Uh,
Absolutely. For
See,
sure.
what I like, Sherry, is one of the keys to success is to surround yourself with successful people, right?
Right on.
That's great. I love it.
Right on. Well, and the reason why I asked Joey that was because last night he was texting me because he didn't know that I was working on all these different folks joining
No,
us. And so he is really excited to be with us. And so he texted me yesterday like this list of people that he thought he could talk to join us. And which I love. I love the initiative. I love that you're excited. And I just kind of had to chuckle because I was like, wait until he sees, because I saw Cuz on the list, I'm like, yeah, Cuz would be great. How about Monday? And I thought to myself, I wonder what he thinks I'm like, who else I'm getting in line for
right. And
us.
I told you, like, do you want me to get Joey Ingram? And you already had him lined up. Like, how cool is that?
So yeah, we get it. It is as folks will tell you, Joey, I typically don't announce stuff until we're on the cusp of it happening. Just because it's easier to advertise that way. I don't have to advertise it 50 million times. I can advertise it a couple of days in advance, the day before, the day of, and then we're on our merry way. So but I appreciate you for sure.
Oh, I appreciate you too.
Well, Maureen, what do you think of that list of lineup?
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, after hearing that, I mean, my session sounds kind of boring. We have to make it sexy somehow.
We
Well,
can do that.
we'll leave that up to Towley, aka Matt Savage. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. And what I have learned is everybody brings their own flavor, right? Everybody brings their own flavor, and all of it is good. And we're going to benefit and enjoy all of it, Maureen. So don't sweat it, honey.
No, I just think
You
it's
got
funny.
this, Maureen.
No, but hopefully one day, someone's in a big moment at the WSOP, then can remember, oh my gosh, I remember discussing that rule on spaces, and, it makes a difference. That's my goal.
Well,
It does.
and it does make a difference. those tight spots, those
Yes,
rule discussions only seem to happen when it's tight or big spots, right? And
exactly.
so if we can make sure folks know those rules a little better, I am all for it, as you know.
Sherry, can I add something to that?
Yes,
So what a lot of players don't realize is the TDA Summit is also open to players on a first come, first served basis.
right.
See, and then we'll talk about this again tomorrow. Hopefully, Matt will bring it up. But like, I'm on the list. If you're available on that date, put yourself on the list. Give poker a voice for the players. It
Right. And
doesn't
if,
have to just be the Daniel Negreanos of the world that are there as players. They
right.
want to hear from us too.
And guess what, folks? If you're the type of person that sits around and bitches and moans about a rule or this or that, this is your chance to be heard. And like Joey said, everyone's invited. The TDA Summit is June 29th and 30th at the Poker Go Studios. So you'll also get to see inside look at the Poker Go Studio. It's free of charge. You just go on to Matt's timeline, and maybe Maureen can find it and post it in the purple pill. And he has a link to how you sign up just so they can have a head count to make sure they have enough chairs available for everybody. And of course, when they run out of space, then that link will probably be, more of a sorry, we're out of room kind of thing. But good point, Joey. Appreciate you bringing that up.
I would love for us to have a table there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Okay, that would be fun.
absolutely. I'll be there. Maureen will be there. Uh,
Yeah.
I,
So
I
we're already building a table. Here we
yeah,
go.
there you go. All right, Isaac, are you there, buddy? I know you've been battling to get on the speaker panel. Isaac.
So what I've come to realize is that VPIP should stand for very powerful, important poker, and that way, it'll all make sense then, right? I heard you. I heard you talking all that. And I'm over here having trouble with my connection, right? And I'm supposed to have Verizon, and I'm thinking about the Verizon guy the whole time. How I want to fucking punch his lights out. Anyway, sorry. How's everybody doing?
I had to throw your ass under the bus because we just had that conversation the other day.
Oh, that's okay.
And
It's
guess
quite
what?
all right.
I once had that conversation in my life too from a friend. So believe me, it's coming from the right place.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the worst part is, like I said, I know my style is just too masochistic for my own good,
Yes.
but it's all right.
Yes.
We'll
Because
get
you
through it.
you work so hard at building that stack. And then what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I work pretty hard at it. I work pretty decently at it. Put it
Absolutely.
all.
So were you
But
able to hear the guest list from now till Tuesday?
I mean, I knew one of them for sure, and I think that one's on Friday.
Yep.
And then I think I heard another couple of them right now while I was getting back up here. So,
Okay.
as I expect, though, as I expect, nothing but heavy hitters.
Appreciate that, buddy. And I'm going to just go over the list for you, just because I know it's
Awesome.
miserable being caught in the IT of spaces and Twitter. So Wednesday will be Maureen, Matt, and myself, as well as you and Joey and everybody else that wants to discuss the TDA rules. It'll be a workshop dissecting some of the rules. On Thursday, it's going to be Tommy LaRosa from the Venetian. He's the director of operations. So we'll find out what the heck's going on over at the Venetian. Then on Friday is Scotty Wynn. And then on Saturday, we're going to have Saturday with Papa Poker. Then Sunday, we're going to have an easy space with, just trying to get it over with relatively around the hour mark so that we can all enjoy our Sunday. And then on Monday, we're going to have Steve the Cuz join us. And then on Tuesday, Barb's Zangaro with the Poker Gives organization will join us. So that is a recap of our future guests, you guys.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. I want to talk about for a minute the additions to the ACR staff. I did reach out to somebody this morning. I was trying to find out the status of one of their um, team members, and I haven't heard back. And I'm sure it's just because it's the hour of day they're behind us. But anyway, I want to talk about the fact that they've added Chance Corneth, Big Hooney, and Alex Fox to that staff. I was pretty surprised. Those are some great names.
Yeah, big time.
What do you think, Isaac? Uh-oh. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. I think Elon hates me.
I'm always like, is he there or isn't he there?
You know what's gonna happen, right? Is that before the end of the summer, I'm gonna invent a backpack that you just put a router in, just a router, and I'm gonna put a router backpack to my, or I'm gonna need Starlink. And but you know what's fucked up about that is that Elon owns Starlink. So if he
Yeah,
can't get me right inside of X Spaces, how's he gonna get me right with Starlink?
yeah, exactly. It's just going to compound the issue. You're going to have an echo every time you talk and everything else.
Every time I see
Seriously
you with a
though,
backpack, I'm going to think you're carrying a router.
I am. Yo, if I'm not cradling it like my firstborn, yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Mm.
Maureen, any comments about the ACR editions?
No, I think it's wonderful. Three big names. Now they have like a very strong roster. So I'm looking forward to what they do.
Absolutely. And I really enjoyed their What's Up video. I thought that was
Mm.
hilarious. What a great way to have a little icebreaker.
Yes.
Okay, just a reminder that Jeff Platt gave us yesterday. Don't forget to download the WSOP app. And you want to do it before you go to Vegas. Why? Because then you can play around with it, get familiar with it, get it set up for yourself, learn how it works before you get to Vegas. Like, why would you want to waste your time in Vegas downloading and getting familiar with that app? Like, do it before you go. Also, I would recommend that you download the Poker Atlas app, which, for those that may not know, that app provides a daily list, even a week out, I believe it is, of upcoming tournaments, the tournaments that are going on today, all the details about those tournaments, because the operators are feeding that data into that system. So that information's coming right from the operators, and you could pull that app up and see what's tournaments are coming up in the next hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours in whatever city you're in or whatever city you want to check in. So download Poker Atlas as well, folks. Go ahead, Isaac.
Did I hear that right? Karen Chess is the new ACR pro?
Karen Chess. Karen Chess is a
I don't know.
No,
I
Chance
thought she was the
Cormith,
new
she
ACR
said.
Oh
pro.
no, Chance Corneth. I'm sorry. I'm like, wait, I'm sorry. I was trying to think
Mm,
of Chance Corneth, Big Hooney, and Alex Foxen.
mm.
Whoa. Okay, the last two, whoa, but I could have sworn I heard Karen Chess
We
Yes.
after
wish it
that.
was
I'm just
Karen
trying to.
Chess, but maybe
Mm.
one day because
You,
she does. So she is on their team.
you know we love
Hey,
Karen.
hey, Sherry, can I give a little intel about the apps that you're talking about?
Yeah,
And
go
also,
ahead. Sure.
okay, so keep in mind, everybody, I'm a resident here in Vegas, so I got the inside scoop on how everything goes. If you want to play cash or tournaments around town, you really need to download two apps. One of them, obviously, is Poker Atlas, but the other one is Bravo.
Oh yeah, I
I'll
was
tell
getting
you
to. You're right. Yep. Go ahead.
right?
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. For those of us that did before the WSOP app, we used to have the Bravo Live app. That's how we were started registering for tournaments when Caesars owned it, remember? All right.
Yeah.
Your Bravo Live account, which you don't even have to pay for, okay? Because remember, Poker Atlas has a premium version you have to pay for. The Bravo is free. When you log in, any of the interactive poker rooms in town, you could join the waiting list for 1, 2, 2, 3 PLO, 100%. You could join the waiting list from the app. So you don't even have to call up the casino and put your name on the list. Because that's the second thing, because you definitely just don't want to show up to a casino in Vegas during summer camp and
Right.
expect to sit down at a cash table. It's not going to happen.
Good point.
Okay? So if you know you're going to do a session at 2 o'clock, you can go on the Bravo app and some of the poker rooms. You could actually just put yourself on the waiting list for a certain time, and then you show up and it's your. Literally, it's like no. It's like when they changed DMV over to numbers. Remember, DMV used to have
Oh
long lines.
God, terrible.
Now all of a sudden you walk in DMV and you're next. Well, guess what? You could be, if you're smart about this, you could be next. Now, on Poker Atlas, when you go into the poker room, there's a call button. So you don't have to even look up the phone number to the poker room. You hit the call button, okay? Because maybe some of them don't have the, like Bravo with buttons. You
Right.
pick. So you give yourself an hour before you want to play. Or if you're really smart, you call up and say, hey, how long is the list? Because I'm going to be a call ahead and I want to get my seat the moment I walk in the casino. And you know what? One of my friends that run the floors, whether it be Scott, it doesn't matter who it is, okay? Well, some of Tommy's people, he'll tell you, Tommy's people do this.
Right.
They'll tell you. They'll say, okay, we have a 1 hour wait list. So then put yourself on the list. If they say they have a 2 hour wait list, then you know what time you're playing poker. Okay, go get something to eat, unwind, go see some sights, right, Sherry? We do this.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I
Right?
love when they added add to the list, like get your name on the list to the apps. It was like such a game changer because you could literally just be on your way there or finishing up dinner, go put your name on the list. And like Joey said, by the time you get there, your seat's ready or it's about to be ready. It's within minutes versus sitting at that room waiting an hour or sometimes it's 2 hours. Sometimes those waiting lists during summer camp have 200 people on them. Um,
Right.
yeah. And so to be able to register through one of those apps for a seat, it's a game changer, people.
Right. Now, let me tell you from a coach's perspective, the positive EV here. Okay. You're going to be seated with people that have been waiting around the casino for 2 freaking hours.
Yeah.
They're hungry, they're grumbly, they might be drunk now, they might be already broke because they're on the slot machines. You see what I'm saying here?
Right.
That's your competition. And you know what we do? We walk in the door like Jedi Knights. We walk right up front, give our name, and we take our freaking seat. Okay? You know what that looks like for table image? Who's that girl? Who's that woman? How did she cut that whole line? You see what the credibility it adds, especially among those who were frustrated. It's like buying the fast pass at Disney. And then when you're walking down that, if you haven't done it, you're walking past all the people that didn't buy it, the looks you get, right?
Right.
Like, who are you? Okay? The same looks, unfortunately, that a lot of my friends who are handicapped get when they're in a wheelchair and they get to cut the line or sit in front. Okay? That's what happens. You build that frustration and it puts people on tilt. We need to be the Jedi Knights. Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense. We want to go to that table with a good mindset, not one that's been tortured for 2 hours waiting for a chair.
Yes. It's just, this is simple math to conquering cash. Okay, I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve, and I will share them as the season goes on. I know all the places to go, all the secret places. I know how to find out where to go. Okay, I know how to find out when a drunk bachelor party for $1 million wedding decided that after the rehearsal dinner they're gonna sit down at 1-3 cash at the Wynn. Okay, that's the game we want, right?
Right on. Right on.
Okay.
Somebody send me the text message. I'm on my way.
Yes, and that's what's the beautiful thing about groups of people. So you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We need to, and I have, and those that are listening, and like Isaac, I'm pretty sure I have your cell, Isaac. But if I don't, make sure we have cell phone numbers, okay? And anybody coming to Vegas, okay, you have to have my cell phone number because I send out group chats like that when I get that intel.
Love it.
Okay, I'm a local, okay, so I have the connections. This is my town. Okay, it's not just my town, but it is my town.
Right.
These are my dealers.
Right.
These are my floor. I live here. This is my home turf. And I'm not alone. There's a lot of us out there like that, and we have a network. So we know where to go. We know where to go to play slot machines. We know these things. We know where to go to eat cheap and inexpensive. The other night I had dinner. You want a good restaurant? It's straight down Tropicana to the east. Okay.
Right.
Right. So MGM, and then you go down 3.2 miles. There is an old school Italian restaurant, okay, called Cafe di Amore. But if you really want to see some culture of what I grew up with, behind Cafe di Amore is Tiki di Amore. It's an Italian tiki bar with fresh seafood. You could buy 2 pounds of freaking lobster for like $30 at the bar.
Well, how fun is that?
Drinks. And there's music playing. They have live music there on the weekends.
I love it.
More. you got to go.
I
We have to go together as a group. We have to
Well,
have a meet up there.
we love those group outings, and I'm going to tell you when we start doing these segments because we will do restaurants and different things. We
Mhm.
definitely want your local input for sure. And Isaac and I and Exec Deck and Karen and Barry and Jana and everybody else in here, we're all foodies. I mean, come on, we're
You're
all
right.
foodies, and so
Obviously, we listen. We would not gravitate to each other if we're not foodies. Okay,
right.
right?
Right. All right, you guys, I'm gonna move us along. And I did want to mention as far as the 25K fantasy draft, don't forget that poker.org is doing a free roll fantasy draft. It opens drafting abilities or like the portal for you to go in and draft a team opens today at 4 p.m. The deadline is the 28th of May at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And they have lots of great prizes lined up for that competition. So go on over to poker.org and fill out a team for that free roll. It's free. Hello. And they got great prizes. Hello. Everything we love as poker players, free and great prizes. So
Yes.
head over there, people. Um,
Sherry, can I ask your expertise on this for a
oh,
moment?
sure. Go ahead. I'll
Okay,
pretend
because
like I have it.
well, no, you do. Because let me tell you something. For everything that I know that you don't know, there's something you know that I don't know. Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, I did not do a draft team this year. I did not stay up for 5 hours watching the draft. You did. You
Yes.
contain the knowledge. So if you were me, who do I want to look for? I think all the listeners want to know what are Sherry's picks? Because I'm going to do it today at 4 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to tell you that I am that one that would never tell you my picks on air because you're my competition.
Oh,
You're my competition. Why would I give you my secrets? Now,
Let's fucking go.
after I lock my team in, or when we get off air, I can send you some suggestions.
okay. Then I have some homework to do, and I can catch up because I'm pretty sure I can go on YouTube and rewind it, can I? And
Oh
fast
yeah,
forward.
for sure. And I will tell you that on the 25K fantasy website, they have the list posted of the draft and the people and the amount that they went for. I
Mhm.
highly recommend you start with that list and just peruse that list and think about how those people have been doing. Have you seen them much in the public eye celebrating wins? Or have you not heard from them in 6 months? And then once you get a basic, maybe 12 players that you think are possibilities for your team, go check out their social media and see if they have posted, I'm going to play a full schedule, or I'm not going to I'm not going to summer camp at all because I'm having a baby this summer, or I'm only going to be there half the time. And then you have to decide whether you still want to pick them based on that recon you're doing, right? So I'm going to tell you one of the players that I really thought about while the draft was going on, when they brought up his name and people were bidding on him, was Cabrillo. Uh,
Mhm.
okay, Cabrillo, right?
Mhm.
Player we've been hearing about for the last 12 months or whatever. An accomplished player, a good player. But, part of me was like, man, I don't think I would touch him. Why? Because what if he does something stupid enough to get kicked out and not on a 30-day ban and it's the second week of the WSOP and now I don't have, him for the rest of the WSOP to gain points for my team. So, you got to weigh those kinds of things too when you're thinking about a player. Like, is it a possibility that he could get kicked out or on a ban for 30 days?
No, and I can tell you why, Sherry.
He, and
So
I'm,
I know Martin. I'll know, and I got to tell you something about Martin. What you see at the tables is like the old school poker personality stuff. That's
100%.
not the real Martin. He is
Uh,
a mastermind. He's a business owner. He knows exactly what the TDRA rules are because he has them memorized. I kid you not.
and
So he
believe me,
knows.
I totally agree with you. So let me just say this in addition to what I had already said. I was
Okay.
thinking that while he was being bidded on, but then got reminded that there's no way they would ban him in the middle of the WSOP because he's good for television. So,
Yes, right.
so
And listen, he's not as obnoxious as some of the people that we want to see banned, right?
right, right,
And listen, now my friends play with him, my coaches play with him, right?
right, right.
And so I get the inside perspective from Chewy and from Chance and Foxens, right? And a bunch of others. And he actually is really good for poker. He really is.
And
Okay, and they know it.
well, and I agree to a certain extent. There are times that I'm like, okay, we got to like corral him in. Like this is taking too much time at the table. Like it's okay to the antics, it's okay. I have no problem with that. Phil Hellmuth is the one that set the bar for it, 30 years ago or whatever, 20 years ago. And we have grown to appreciate. But there is a time that you're like, okay, this one hand is taking 20 minutes because of his antics, and that's just unacceptable.
I agree, and he needs to. It's just like we're having Cuz come on Monday. Some of us have to dial it in, and I could say that because personally, I was the loudmouth for a long time. I was the one that controlled the table. I have to be. It's hard for me not to control this conversation because I'm like you, Sherry. I like to hear myself talk, right?
I hear you. I hear you. And I want to kind of give a little shout out to folks that are coming in and out. I see Kush is in here and Barry and Crypto, and I see Brian's joining us, and I see Brian. I just have to, Brian Raymond, I just have to give you a little shout out. You're in the principal's office this morning, and I'm not the principal, but you know who I'm talking about. And it's hilarious. I just have to say that the trolling is hilarious, and I'm here for it. So appreciate your efforts on that. And if you know, you know. I see Dillo's down there, Karen and D-Man and Jana. And let me see this person. Oh, Web Crier. Welcome. I appreciate you being here, Tracy. And those that are kind of coming in and out, B52, appreciate you as well, my friend. Just needed to give a little shout out and recognize who is joining us today. And those that have had to bunk out because they're working or whatever, I'm sorry I didn't get to give you a little shout out as well. I do want to go.
Colette's here too. Colette's been listening.
Oh, perfect. Hey, Colette. I hope you're feeling well, my friend.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
You bet. You bet. Okay, I do want to go briefly over the patches with the WSOP. I'm going to tell you the ones that are not approved and the ones that are approved. And the reason why I continue to bring it up is I'm hoping that I can provide information so that people can just find out from this list whether the patch they want to wear is approved or not. So they don't have to waste their time and the WSOP's time, quite frankly, emailing somebody to find out. Like we can make a list and then guess what? Everybody can refer to the list and it's a piece of cake. So, first of all, the ones that are not approved, again, not approved, are Coin Poker, Phenom, WPT Gold, and Club Poker. Those are the ones that are not approved. Now, the ones that are approved, I'm sorry, Joey, can you put your speaker on mute, please? There's just
Oh,
a
sure.
little. That's okay. There's just a little bit of background. Thank you. The approved patches are GG Poker, of course, WSOP Poker, WSOP, excuse me, ACR, Poker Stars, WPA, Globetrotting Poker, which is, of course, Maureen's group, BetMGM, Vamoose Poker Tour, BitB Poker, Chip Leader Coaching, Omaha Mate, Jaka Coaching, GTO Lab, Poker, wait a minute, Poker Spot Pro, GTO Wizard, Gorilla Gaming, and Mixed Games Lab. So those are the ones that are approved at this point. Again, if you know of any I've missed on either of those topics, approved or not approved, just DM it to me and I'll be happy to add it to the list. I just think it's so much easier. I'm a list person. I'm an organizer in case anybody hasn't noticed. So I love a list. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for a list to make everybody's life simple. When you get to that final table, you don't have to worry about am I approved or am I not approved for this patch? You could just look at the list. Imagine that and figure it out. So there you go. That's it on the patches, unless somebody else has something to add.
I have a question. So, how do we submit a patch?
Maureen, do you have the email?
Yes, so it's sponsorship@wsop.com.
Okay, I'm on it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And as Jeff said yesterday, it's not closed. The only thing that's closed is the media badges and different categories like that. But sponsorship and patches, you can write anytime, but the sooner the better.
So, what do I
Right.
do? Take a picture? Do I take a picture of the patch and send them a copy of the patch?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Your,
easy. Okay, perfect. Cool.
And just
yeah,
say, can
your
this,
logo to be approved.
right,
Yes.
Okay.
right. Just ask, say, hey, can I have this patch approved? And again, folks, prepare. Do it sooner than later, right? Do it sooner than later. Even if you're not going to Vegas for 3 more weeks, just do it now and get it
Yeah.
over with. And guess what? Then I can add it to the list as well. So you're doing everybody a favor in the community as well. So please just go ahead and email sponsorship@wsop.com if you have a patch to be approved. And I also want to say, Joey, and anybody else that has a patch, I already have one of Maureen's. I would love one of your patches because I have a vest that I sew patches on, and I will be happy to sew your patch on my vest. So thank you. I
Thank you. All right, we'll get you some.
absolutely. And I'm going to welcome Tracy to the panel. Welcome.
Hi, Sherry. Appreciate you being here, and I'm enjoying this very much. So, I had a question about the patches. I also have a WSOP Squid Games jacket that I wear, and it's covered with other patches. However, if one is on there that you listed that is not, how do I go about? Do I cover it with the sticky? I mean, because they're sewn on, they're not something I can just peel off.
I am in the same situation with my vest, and I have yet to address it because I've just been too busy with other stuff.
Okay.
Because I do have several patches on my vest, and I don't think. Oh, I think the glove. I think I do have a WPT
WPT
gold.
Gold, I do too.
Yeah, I think I do. I think they sent me some stuff swag in the
I
mail.
mean,
And
is there gonna be a patch police going around
yes,
WSOP?
yeah,
Really?
I think that it's not going to be like the Gestapo, so to speak, but I think that it could, it could blow up in your face if you have one on. And so
Okay.
I'm of the mindset that even if you took I kind of think it would be fun to take try to make something or go to the fabric store and maybe do try to find a fabric that has like a bullet shot on it, like it looks like something, and
A
just
big X.
and just cover the patch with that. And I think people would understand, oh, that must be one of the forbidden patches, right? Which
Right.
I think that's the only one I have. I think that would be even more fun if I had all four of those patches where I would have like four bullet holes on my
Yeah.
on my vest. But I would highly, and you can just take safety pins maybe and just cut a piece of fabric and just
Okay.
safety pin it over any patch that's not allowed.
Okay.
Um, is what I think I would recommend, but I definitely would cover it up for sure.
Okay. Awesome. And then another thing while we're on the topic, the meetup game at the Bellagio on the 26th. I'm
Yes.
in the same situation in the event of the ladies, and the 26th just happens to be my 56th birthday. So I can't
Oh,
lose that day, right?
yes. Okay, Tracy, tell me your last name. Well, and if you don't want to
Osborne.
say it,
It's
oh,
fine.
Tracy. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, I know this.
Osborne with no E.
Now that I think about it, I'm like, I know you deal down in somewhere. You deal somewhere.
Everywhere. I'm a travel
We'll tell you
dealer.
Sherry, here's a connection. Tracy lives with Colette and I.
Okay. I'm like, okay, I
Okay.
know this person. And then
Mhm.
I slowed down and stopped for a minute and took in the moment and realized,
Yes.
Mhm.
wait, I do know who this is. I'm
I was
sorry
being
for
I
that.
was the
Yeah,
one
it's
being coached till 2 a.m. this morning,
I
just so
love
you
it.
know.
I love your commitment. Um,
and
and
she's been the one that deals us, takes
right.
care of us.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
And I appreciate you, Tracy, and please forgive me for not letting that click a little sooner in my brain.
That's okay.
But I would say the meetup game, I'm going to add you to the list. And
Thank
this
you.
is what I say to you is just DM me or have Joey tell me that, hey, she's in day two and we're going to root for from the meetup game that you're in day two.
Okay.
So it is something we go through every meetup game because everybody's in Vegas to play tournaments. I mean, that's what we're
Right.
here for. And
Right.
so it's understandable. And I just kind of need numbers so that I know, do I need two tables with dealers to start out? Do I need three tables or four to start our day? So nobody's waiting for a seat at the meetup game is kind of the premise
Right.
behind this like loosely put together list. But I will certainly add you and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much.
You
And for
bet.
those of us who have not been to a meetup game, you have no idea what you're missing. First of all, the casinos cater to us, and they will give us the dealers and the players because we're bringing in players that maybe normally would not walk into the Austin Bellagio poker room where I play and play. Maybe you'll enter one of the tournaments that we have over there, right? How much were the tournaments, Colette? They were reasonable. What were they, like 100 something? 120, okay, and you walk away with $600-700. Okay,
Right
this is
on.
what they want you to come in. So we're gonna have so much fun. I can't wait.
It is a lot of fun and Curtis I'm sorry, my brain, I'm all over the place. Craig Larson and Sean McCormick take very good care of us, as well as the dealers, the staff. And of course, our dealers love us because we do kind of a fun thing when it comes to the splash the pots, and the dealers get a great tip out of it. And so the dealers love when we come because they're getting great tips and we appreciate them. And that's why I came up with the idea and the way we do the splash the pots. I came up with that idea the very first meetup game that Jamie had at the Win. I think it was at the Win, or did she have the first one at the MGM? I can't remember. But anyway, it was the first one she had hosted. And when we were sitting there, I came up with the idea and we did it. And I've been doing it every meetup game I attend or host. And it's just a great way to give to our dealers and show them our appreciation as well. So look forward to that meetup game. I'm happy people are looking forward to it too. And you know what? I'm going to read out the list of the Splash the Pot items that we have thus far because it is so exciting when people message me or tell me in a space that they want to give something to the Splash the Pot items. And sometimes the people can't even be in town at the time the meetup game is, but they still send stuff for the meetup game. And I so appreciate it because I can't do it without the support, right? Even though I buy some of the items myself because I'm just committed to it, but I can't spend thousands of dollars. I'm willing to spend a few hundred, but not thousands. Although my bookkeeper may be in the thousands by now. But anyway, so let's talk about what the the pot items are thus far. So we have a three-piece Vera Bradley travel sets valued at $59. We have a couple of the
Maybe greener.
four-piece Vera Bradley travel sets valued at $95. We have the Bad Beats and Lucky Draws Helmuth book. We have a Play Like a Pro book that was also written by Phil Hellmuth. We also have the Poker Satellite Strategy book that was written by Dara O'Kearney. We also have the Modern Poker Theory book, which was written by Michael, and I'm going to butcher his name. I think it's Acevedo. It's Acevedo.
Acevedo. Acevedo.
Acevedo. Thank you. And it is an autographed copy that I got him to sign last summer in the poker.org lounge, which I'm mourning this year. Anyway, I also had some mugs designed, coffee mugs. This will be the second time we're going to give away coffee mugs. And on the coffee mugs are the mugs or the pictures of some of the attendants that have been at meetup games in the past. So we have mugs on the mugs for the mug. So we have a few of those to give away. Then thank you to Sarah Herring and poker.org. They sent us some hats to give away, some poker.org hats. And then we have B-52 Bomber. It has some faded spades decks of cards, the Phil Hellmuth cards. and the Moneymaker card. So thanks B52 for those. And then Exec Deck is going to do some gift cards and some WSOP merch. So I'm excited about that. And then we also have Razor Fold, who is, if you pay any attention on Twitter, he has one of the best troll accounts out there, and he's hilarious, and he makes all kind of gifs and cartoons and AI stuff and whatever. But he is donating a super system, which is Doyle Brunson's book. He's doing book number 1 to give away at the meetup game. And then he is going to, thanks to B52, I might add, he is going to also donate the Super System book number 2, but he had that book delivered to his home, and he's going to personalize it and embellish it. And he's a very talented person. So that is going to be a one of a kind copy of Doyle Brunson's Super System number 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing that finished product, and I am going to pray to the poker gods that maybe I'll win it. I try not to win the prizes at the meetup game because I don't think I should, but that may be one I'm going to try to win. So any that I've won in the past, I've actually given away, but one, and that was the Macau jacket. I kept that one for myself. All right. So another book we have is My 50 Most Memorable Hands by Doyle Brunson. And guess what? That's what we have as far as splash the pot items.
No,
Now,
wait. I have to splash this pot. Can I do it?
okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to make a correction. The customized Razor Fold book, the Super System number 2, is actually going to be an attendance prize. So I want to make sure I clarify that. And the other attendance prize is going to be for ladies only because we want to incentivize women to join us. And I have a Vera Bradley travel bag valued at $75. We're going to do a ladies only drawing. Sorry, gents, but it's an incentive to get more women to join us. And that will be a ladies only drawing. So I'm going to let Joey, Isaac had his hand up first, and then I'm going to let you go, buddy. Okay, Isaac.
Also, I'll be hosting a impromptu meet and greet where I'll be signing any coffee mugs that might have my picture on them. So make sure y'all tap in.
This guy. That's hilarious. But bringing up signatures, I will have the quilt with me so everybody can sign the quilt while we're there as well. So go ahead, Joey. Appreciate you.
Okay. So what I like to donate, and you can let me know when we get closer how many people you have, how many copies you want.
Okay.
But I like to pick 4 of my most favorite books that I've written. And I'll even sign them if you want and splash the pot
Absolutely.
with those. All right, cool. I love that.
Absolutely. We would love it. Absolutely. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. You gave away some books when I interviewed you a few short months ago, and our audience loved it. So I know they're going to love that opportunity to get one of your books as a splash the pot item. Appreciate that for sure. Go ahead, Isaac.
Also, yeah, and I know I was clowning earlier, but in all seriousness, we got you. There's gonna be something that comes from GVG and myself. We're gonna probably have about 3 or 4 items. I'm not gonna mention what they
Awesome.
are yet, but we got something planned. I've been thinking about it for some time, so just know. What is this? The 4th meetup game that we do something for Splash the Pot? You already know. We got to continue the tradition.
Well, and I appreciate that tradition. You guys are always been a great sponsor of the meetup games by giving some phase passes to your games, and you've always been a great supporter, and I appreciate that of that meetup game. And I'm going to tell you, we have a blast. Like the Green Visor guys come, and they're my private chauffeurs. They take great care of me, and I just want to tell you, if you ever get in the car when Isaac is driving, make sure you have a helmet on, seatbelts fastened. Not that it's anything wrong with that, but you're definitely, going to get a feel for the Formula One race when Isaac is driving. And we also like jam as many people as we can in his car, which makes it even funnier. It's a great experience, so I highly recommend it. I see some of the former passengers down there in the goo laughing. You know what I'm talking about. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I promise you I would. The Green Visor Gang is a great gang to hang out with for sure. And you guys are going to get a taste of that if you haven't already. So appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody's donations to the Splash the Pot items. Those items definitely help to make the day a success because it really lightens the mood. And, it's really a party atmosphere, which I love because we all have sat at a cash game and have been miserable because the people at that cash game table are miserable human beings and a lot of times shit rags that have just forgotten how to have fun at a poker table because guess what? Their rent is dependent on that dollar. And what they forget is if you chase away the tourist, you're chasing away that dollar, but somehow they don't make that connection. I don't know why. But anyway, I hope that our meetup games stay as fun as they have been in the past because it is a load of fun. Believe me. Looking forward to it for sure. Okay, anybody have any questions about the meetup game, prizes, or whatever? Oh, the only other thing I want to mention is, America's celebrating its 250th anniversary or birthday. 250 years old is America. So I chose a red, white, and blue theme for the meetup game, and as well as the person that won the trophy last meetup game was Curtis Larson. And he is a retired Marine. And so when I pick the trophy for the next meetup game, I work with the winner, the present winner, title holder, to pick out a trophy. And so we picked out a trophy, and I've posted it, and I'll post it again in the upcoming days. It's a crystal trophy, and it has like the red, white, blue flag in the like toward the bottom, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, and um, so that will be given away that day. But I want to make mention, please wear red, white, and blue. And that could be from head to toe. It could be a button. It could be it could be a necklace. It could be your shirt, a pair of socks, anything red, white, and blue. And you'll be put into a special drawing for wearing red, white, and blue that day. And so it should be fun. Just add something else to it because, life's not crazy enough. So go ahead, Joey.
Okay, two things. Okay.
Yes.
Number one, for those that don't know, Green Visor Group is a club that we can play on Club GG, which is where we can practice. Because I did not know there were trophies, Sherry. You understand that? Okay. It's not about the money, is it? I'm about the rings, but I never won a trophy before. Okay. I
Well,
never really tried because I can't wear a trophy to a table. But I will make an exception and say this. If there's a trophy involved, I am bringing my A game. You understand that?
well,
And I
and
hope everybody else does too. Okay? I challenge everybody. Take this trophy away from me because it's
I'm just
mine.
gonna tell you that last time because in June of 2025, B-52 bomber, who was in here a minute ago, but I'm sure he had to go back to work. He was the winner for the day. Okay, so he and I picked out a trophy together, and actually, I had found it because who doesn't want a B-52 bomber trophy? And so when I found an Etsy account that this guy makes B-52 bombers, I'm like, okay, dude, I don't mind if you don't like it, but what do you think about this B-52? It's like a model of a B-52, but it was made out of metal. And like I think it was made out of like nuts and bolts and whatever. And when I sent him the picture, he was like, "Hell yes, that's not going to be our trophy." And it was amazing. And I'm going to tell you, Curtis, the Marine, former Marine, and B-52 bomber were, they were both, and it was funny because they weren't at the same table either, but they were both gunning for that trophy as well as other people. But the two of them were like looking at each other's stack as the time was running down for the deadline, and you know, trying to make some moves so that maybe they could take the lead. And yeah, it was quite fun. It definitely adds a dimension to the game for sure. And I'm pretty proud of the trophies. I really am. It's a lot of fun. All right. Green Visor Gain. Isaac, what you got, buddy?
I could have swore I heard Joey said Green Visor Group, and I was like, "Who the hell is the Green Visor?" Start tripping. I was like, "Yo, all right, yes, Green Visor Gang, yeah, GANG to the star, y'all."
It's okay. It's okay. We knew what he meant, didn't we? I'd say yes, we did. We knew exactly what he
You
meant.
know what I'm saying. Sometimes
Yes.
sometimes the words come out of my mouth before I can think.
And look, it's okay because as long as we know what you're thinking and what you were saying, I mean, what you were implying, we're good. We are
Right. Yeah.
absolutely
Oh
good.
no, no, no! Listen, Joey's gang. So that's why I just
I
wanted to make
know.
sure I didn't hear somebody else crashing the space talking about a Green Visor Group. You know what I mean? Got me over here tripping.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay. I misunderstood totally. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right, you guys, let's talk about the WSOP for a minute, shall we? And talk about the tournaments today. At 12 o'clock is the mini mystery, and that is a $550 buy in. That starts at 12. And then at 2 o'clock is the No Limit 8 Max tournament, and that is a 5K buy in. I also want to make mention that there are some satellites starting to run today. So at 12 o'clock, there's a $70 mini mystery millions landmark mega satellite. At 1 o'clock is a $250 daily deep stack, no limit tournament. At 3 o'clock, I'm trying to do the math in my head. At 3 o'clock for military time, there is a $240 daily no limit landmark mega satellite. That is going to be for 2K in chips. At 4 o'clock is a $400 daily deep stack, no limit, which again, that last year, those were off the chain as far as attendance numbers, entry numbers. That is 4 o'clock and a $400 daily deep stack, no limit. Then at $1,900 hours is 7 o'clock, and that's a $585 daily, no limit landmark mega satellite, and that is going to be for 5K in chips. Then at 8 o'clock is a $200 daily deep stack no limit tournament. And then at 10 o'clock p.m. is a $135 daily no limit landmark mega satellite. And that will be for $1,000 in chips. So kind of just wanted to go over that and get people to start thinking about those satellites. Those are some great values and great ways to earn your way into a bigger size tournament. And I'm going to tell you that those daily deep stacks, they get a lot of entries in the prize pools are off the chain. And a lot of your big time players, and I told you guys I had a conversation with one last summer that he would rather play those and play for a $25,000, $30,000 first prize than play a 5-day tournament for the same prize package. And so, and it makes sense. So go ahead, Joey.
So it's a little inside scoop on that schedule, which is unbelievable. Okay,
Right.
the deep stack section.
Right.
Okay, last year Tracy crushed it there. She had like 10 caches or something.
Nice.
Yes, and she could tell you all the sweet spots. Like she was playing those 240 or whatever they were that you could win $2,000, and they're milestones. You hit your milestone, you get $2,000. So
Right.
so. And as far as satellites, I am a big fan of satellites. Okay, my best one ever was at Choctaw, where I entered a $200 satellite for a $45 or $3,500 WPT main event seat, and came in 10th place for $48,000.
Nice.
This is what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
Now, from a coaching perspective, if I'm going to play in this $550 incredible mini mystery millions, I want to earn my way there. Because if I can't win a little $100 and something satellite against a soft field that's drunk off their ass, there's no way I'm going to be able to do good in the actual tournament. But I'll tell you, that feeling of satelliting in, of being somebody who earned that ticket instead of buying that ticket, it means the world. And that's how we grow.
I think that's a great point because when we earn stuff in life, it has a different meaning to us. no matter what the subject matter, when you struggle for it, fight for it, work hard for it, lose sleep over it, when you finally achieve it, it's so meaningful. Like it has a different meaning. And Joey's right. When you play a satellite and you win that satellite, and I've had the pleasure of doing it, um, there is such a sense of pride when you win that satellite and you move on to that bigger, buy-in tournament via that satellite. It is definitely a pump your chest out, kind of moment for sure. So I love that point you brought up. Maureen, oh, go ahead. Who was going to say something?
This is Tracy.
Okay, ma'am.
Just back on a note on the satellites. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I played a daily, and then there's 1,700 or something ridiculous players.
Right.
13 and a half hours. I took
Yep.
15th place and only got $1,500. Okay, that was 13 and a half hours of play. I did the 240 satellite landmark, 3 hours for the first one, 3.5 for the second one, won them back to back for $2,000. So do the
Yep.
math. Yeah. The
Yep.
dailies are great if you have the time to put in, but to get anything, you got to make final table. I'm just
Right
going to be
on.
honest. I mean, that's for the time and the effort you put into a full day of a daily. I would definitely do the landmarks.
Absolutely. And I love that you pointed that out because it is about the math. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes people just want that 13-hour grind and,
Yeah.
that's their
Practice.
budget and
Hmm.
they want to get in that tournament and hope they do well. And the landmark satellite doesn't appeal to them. I played one in Malta back in October. It was the first time I had done a landmark satellite. And I loved it. I came in third place. And of course, they were only two places getting paid, but it's okay. Like it was the cards fell as they did when we got down to three people and it was what it was. But I love the concept. I love that you just get to a certain point and once you get there in your chip stack, you're done or you battle it
Absolutely.
out. You battle it out for the final payout, right? Whatever.
Absolutely.
So kudos to you on those wins. What are
Thank
you
you.
gonna yeah, you bet. What are you playing this summer?
Everything. I have like 10 events. I have like 10 events. Last summer when Joey and I grind coaching for I don't even know how many hours, I ended up cashing 16 out of 24 events. So I was very proud
Nice.
and my work paid off. I mean, the coaching paid off, the work, what you put into it paid off, tenfold. So I'm planning to
Love
do
that.
that again this summer.
Love that. I see Joey's hands up. Go ahead, Joey. I'm gonna check messages, make sure I'm not missing any. Go ahead, Joey.
So, and I want to know if Tracy agrees with this, but those satellite and Sherry, you as well. Those satellites seem to play in better to those of us who like to be nitty and patient. Is that true?
100% true. Because if you just sit patiently for that nice premium hand, you're going to get two or three callers when you go all in. Because you look weak when you go all in, right? Well, you wait for a premium kings, aces, queens, ace king suited, something like that. You're definitely going to get paid off. And you just pray they hold.
Right. Now
And
here's
people are reckless. People are reckless in
yes,
that tournament.
Completely.
100%. 100%. So, as your coach, this is what I would tell you, and this goes out to everybody there. If you have a hot spot, like some of my students, South Point is their hot spot. Tracy, those satellites are your hot spot. You're a superstar there. You're a Jedi Knight there. Why wouldn't you just keep on going back to the ATM? Do you get that?
Absolutely.
I love it. I'm sorry, I'm checking messages. Okay, I just got a message. Thank you from Brian. He just said the Gulf Coast poker patch has been approved. Gulf Coast poker. So add that to our list, you guys, for sure.
And Sherry,
Appreciate those.
all the lips and all those are all approved, correct?
All I've heard so far is the WPA, but I can't imagine lips won't be approved too, but I have not officially heard that yet.
Okay, well, good, because I have like all the lady groups on my shirt and my backpack both.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
let me write to Lupe and ask her if she can like make a public message for everyone. I'll do that right now.
That'll be
Perfect.
great. Thank you,
Maureen.
Maureen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I just haven't gotten to it. I have to email her about something else later and I thought I would put it in there, but if you can do that now, that would be great. And then I can check it off my list of things to do in my
Awesome.
spare time. So appreciate that, Maureen, for sure. Okay, let me go on to announce what's going on around town as far as different tournaments that are taking place today. So over at the Orleans at 11 is their no limit tournament, $200 buy-in, 15K guarantee. At 12 p.m. is their 8-game tournament, and that is a $600 buy-in, 50K guarantee. At 4 o'clock, I'm doing the military time conversion. At 4 o'clock is the Bankroll Builder 2K Bankroll Builder 2K. It's a $230 buy-in, 15K guarantee. At 6 o'clock is their no limit tournament. It is a $200 buy-in and a 15K guarantee. Over at South Point is a 10 o'clock tournament, no limit day 1C, $300 buy-in, $300,000 guarantee. At 2 o'clock is their '08 tournament. It's $120, $6,000 guarantee. At 6 o'clock is their no limit day 1D, $300 buy-in, $300,000 guarantee. And at 10 p.m. is their bounty tournament. $25 bounties, it's $120 buy-in, 4K guarantee. Over at the Venetian at 10 is their seniors day 2. At 11:10 is their no limit tournament. It is a $600 buy-in, 40K guarantee. At 6:10 p.m. is their bounty tournament with $50 bounties. It's a $250 buy-in, 15K guarantee. Over at the Win is a 12 o'clock tournament, day 1E, $1,100 buy-in, $1 million guarantee. And then at 6 p.m. is flight 1F of that tournament series or that tournament, and that is a turbo, $1,100 for that $1 million guarantee. So that's kind of what's going on around town, people. Love it. I'm so excited. I'm not even there. I'm so jealous of the ones that are there. And of course, the ones that live there, we all hate you, Joey.
Yeah. So let's have some fun. If you're me right now today, what do I jump into, right? Now keep in mind, I am playing the mini mystery millions on Friday, so I need to be fresh on Friday. So we can't be shooting bullets over at the $300 300K at South Point because day 2 is on Thursday, and we need a day of rest. Remember that. But my intuition is telling me that I should either go play one of those landmarks that we just talked about. We put it
Yeah.
out there in the universe, or maybe because I feel fresh and this coaching is it's awakening me and everything you're sharing. I feel like I'm on the inside scoop of Vegas. Does that make sense? Like we're
Right.
the insiders, okay? So armed with the intel, I might go shoot a $400 that 4 p.m. that Tracy said. You said it gets really juicy at that 4 p.m. Right?
Right.
And you
I
know what else I do? I make sure everything's okay with my debit card being verified again with the app. It's like a dress rehearsal for Friday.
It's preparation, right? Be
Hmm.
prepared. Make your life way easier if you're prepared ahead of time and not wait.
Right,
Right? Let's be
right.
prepared. I'm with you. I'm totally with you. Okay, Isaac, are you there, buddy? Isaac. Did we lose him? Bless his heart. You got to feel sorry for him and his technology problems. Isaac. Hello, Isaac. Are you there, buddy?
I see his name, but
I know. And unfortunately, he lives where reception is really bad. So there are some days he has absolutely no problems or issues. And then there are some days that are just terrible for his technology.
oh,
But I told him we would discuss something today, and I don't want to do it without him because I promised him it would be today, but we can move it on to tomorrow and it won't be a problem for sure.
Sherry,
Uh,
can I add real quick something
sure.
important while we're taking these long hours, these long grinds, sometimes 13, 14 hours grinds. So important, you guys. Go to Costco, grab your organic coconut water, no sugar added. It's probably one of the best coconut waters on the market, and it will help with calf cramps from sitting too long. Get up and stretch in between no hands. Get your brain food, walnuts, almonds. They're all at Costco, inexpensive. They'll last you the whole summer camp. They're like 1 and 2 pound bags. But just your
Well,
brain
well,
food, stay hydrated. It'll make a world of difference in your game.
Well, and that's part of the topic I was going to bring up with Isaac is what are we going to carry in our backpacks? So we're going to put that on hold until Isaac can join the conversation
Perfect.
because I told him we would definitely talk about that today. And if we can't get him back up on the panel, we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. Maureen, is there anything else you'd like to tell us in preparation of tomorrow's discussion about TDA rules with Matt Savage?
No, I would just say, if you have a few moments, familiarize yourself with the rules. Always try to read the house rules before you play in a new venue. Perhaps they do say TDA rules, but maybe there's a few little differences. So just be aware, yeah, read the fine print, read the rules. And that's about all. And if I will ask anything. I have anonymous questions. I am not afraid to ask or discuss anything. No stupid questions. So you can write me a PM, a private message, and I'll read it out loud. I won't say who it's from. We'll get everything sorted tomorrow.
I appreciate that. And folks that have been around know that I live by that. No shame in asking a question, want to stay anonymous. What's important is you get the answer to your question. So, and some people just don't want to come up and speak themselves, and that is no problem. There are plenty of us on this board that never shut their mouths, namely me. So I'll be happy, or Maureen, or Matt, or whoever, Isaac, to read the questions. So please go ahead and reach out with your questions because now's the time for all of us to learn. And that's what the workshop is about tomorrow is learning about those rules a little more in depth and maybe a better understanding of them so that when you're in a tight spot and that rule is applying or not, you'll have, in your arsenal, the knowledge about that rule. And that's kind of where Maureen wants to go with it. And I'm all for it. So appreciate you, Maureen. Hope you feel better. Hope you get rid of
Yeah,
that
thank
damn
you.
headache for sure. How's my friend Adrian doing? Is he over the crud?
No, he's almost over the hump. So I don't know if I'm getting what he had.
Oh,
But Alina,
oh,
the good news, hopefully we got our sickness out now. That when we
right.
get to Vegas, we're super immune and are
That's
like
right.
Superman.
Got the super immunity by the time you get to Vegas, and yeah, yeah. Oh, listen, I did want to bring up one other kind of comical thing that happened last night. Alan Kessler got drafted onto a fantasy team, and he was in the room as the draft was going on. Of course, they would pan to him every so often. He was on his phone and he was like tweeting updates. So he would list the players and how much they got drafted for, the dollar amount and which was actually helping me because I was getting tired. Like I had a very long day yesterday. And even though I was listening to the draft, watching the draft, I was also working on some other stuff while doing it. And sometimes I would miss the winning bid. And I was like, damn it. I've listened to them bid by a dollar until 133 now. Who got And so anyway, so I was dependent on Alan when he was tweeting because he was tweeting what people were getting drafted for. Well, I guess next to some of the people's names, so I got drafted, so it would be like Sherry Pluskota, and then in parentheses, if he thought I was a good player that went for a good dollar amount, he would say, what did he say? Um, Great price, I think is what he said, or good buy. Um, just pointing out that that's like a steal, like that player went for too low of a price, right? Well, I guess on one of the lists that he published, and there was only like 4 or 5 names at a time per tweet, Pads was on there. And I guess Pads was upset because because Alan didn't put next to his name that he was a good buy. So Pads has now made that a screenshot of Alan's tweet. Have you seen this, Maureen?
No, I'm looking now.
So Pads has made a screenshot of Alan's tweet, his new profile picture. And somebody, I don't know who, somebody texted me and said, "Do you think this is Pads like motivation?" And I want to say Pats went for a respectable price. I think it was like $41 or something.
Yes,
But
41. I'm reading it now.
right? What did Alan put next to somebody's like ODB's name? What did he write in
He
parentheses?
wrote great. So he wrote Scott Seaver, $79 to Audio Vib, great buy. Yearly Nerd Guy, $90, great buy.
Yeah. So I mean, Alan was just, like commentary, right? Like he
Mhm.
thought, hey, those are great buys for their price. And Pats took it to heart. Oh, now it's his profile picture. So I kind of thought that was funny. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and did Pads say again, because the coin poker patch isn't allowed? Is Pads now going to play more WSOP bracelet events or other properties in Vegas?
I
Any follow up?
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you that's another name for anybody drafting. Um, you know, is he going to, because he's been going around and around about patches with the WSOP. So, like Maureen said, is he going to play more or less at the WSOP? I don't know. So, do you want to take that risk if you adopt him on your fantasy league for poker.org? I don't know. That's up to you, people. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, so I feel like Pads loves poker, but obviously,
Absolutely.
and he's one of our fellow Jedi Knights, obviously.
Absolutely.
So I believe that he will take the path. He's going to do like I do. The path that just calls out to him is what he's going to do. And you're right. That's a little bit of a risk because if he's nothing's calling out his name, he may not play. But when he does play, he's bringing his A game. So that's a gamble I would take. I would take him all day long. He's going to be on my list today, 100%.
There you go. All right. Now that's the advice of the day for you, Joe. You got some 411 to take with you to the draft.
Yeah, but you understand, I got Jedi Knight powers. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that 5 hour video that you went and the rest of you folks just sat through. I'm going to download it. I'm going to upload it into my AI and let my AI give me the picks and compare what my AI comes up with, what I come up with.
I love
Because
it.
and it's going to be all spiritual players. So obviously Chewie's going to be in there. The Foxons are going to be in there. Trust me, we're going to go all super spiritual this year. And Pads is in there too. Okay.
I love
That's
it.
where we're going to go. We'll compare what happens.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I will give you this tip. Andreas, who hangs out with us here in Spaces, is a great dollar buy. $1 buy. Andreas Farella. Farelli? Is it Farelli, Maureen? I think I misspelled his
Frony. Frony.
Frony. Thank you.
Yeah, Frony.
Andreas Frony. Thank you. You guys all know you've been with me 3 years, 4 WSOPs. I am horrible with names. So Frony would be a great $1 buy there.
Yeah,
Uh,
Froley. Froley.
Froley. See, I still said it wrong. Hey guys, I just have a mental block and I prove it all the time, like I just did. So there we go. Go ahead, Joey.
Okay, so this is being sponsored by PokerGo, so we can go to the PokerGo website to.
Yes.
Okay, that's my
Yes.
first question. My second question is, I want to draft myself. I want to draft Tracy. Can you draft anyone?
No, 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 no. There is a list. So when you go on so you're going to go on the poker.org website and they're
Mhm.
actually going to use the list from yesterday's draft. And you're going to go
Oh,
on that list and click off who you want off that list. You have $200 to spend on 8 players. And so
okay.
you have to pick off that list, and there's toggles. You just click, 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 whoever you want off that list. And on the list, it'll give the dollar amount that they went for last night. So you'll be able to keep track. And I think there's actually a counter. So like if you pick, I don't know, say if you pick D Nags, he went for $116, I think. When you click on his name, it'll show that you've spent $116. Then you pick up Kristen, who I think went, what did I say, $15 or $60. When you
Mhm.
click on her, it'll add her $16 to the first dollar amount, the 116. So it'll keep a tally so you know when you're drafting how your dollars are going and what you have left.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's awesome. So, life goals for all of us. One day we want to be on the list, right?
Right. Sure. Why not? I mean, that's what makes it so fun and exciting that Tyler's made it on there and Andreas has made it on there and who was the third one? Tyler and I'm sorry. And TJ Reed has made it on there because those are people we know, and we're like, yes, it's Andre's first time and he made it onto Sean Deep's team, which is awesome. So he's going to get some good exposure for himself and his poker. And yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. I love it. Love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. And tomorrow we are going to have that workshop on the TDA rules with Maureen and Matt and myself and Joey and Isaac and whoever else joins us. And we're going to have some fun with that. And of course, get all the updates out and all that kind of fun stuff. So come on this journey with us this summer. You're not going to regret it. So I'm going to go around the horn and get everybody a good 30 seconds for your last words, thoughts, or questions. And then we're going to head for the hills, folks. Tracy, I'm going to start with you.
I just appreciate you, Sherry. I mean, taking out the time and the dedication and the commitment that um, spend to do this for us. It's great and very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you for
Good
your
luck to
kind
everybody on
words.
the felt.
Thank you for your kind words and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I see my pal on the Green Visor gang has come back. Are you really here this time or are you a ghost?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of deciding whether or not to rejoin the living or not at this point.
Okay. I was going to start the backpack conversation. Do you think your IT will last for us to get into that, or what do you think?
I think so. Let's give it the old college try.
I like it. All right, you guys. So, scratch the fact that I was trying to end the space right now, and we're going to go back to what do you take in your backpack, or would you suggest to a newbie to the WSOP summer camp to take in their backpack? Um, what's worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? But let's start with a list of what's in our backpack. And I'm going to give everybody on the panel, I want you to give me two things you would suggest to be in a backpack. And anybody in the audience wants to come up and share, you're more than welcome to. And we're just going to kind of go around the horn. Give me two things at a time. So, Isaac, you go first, buddy.
Well, some of those are quite specific to me, but I would say, okay, easiest one would definitely be at least two card protectors, right? And definitely some hand sanitizer.
Okay, that's your two for right
That's
now.
two items. That's two items. We'll stop there.
Okay, we're going to come back to you, I'm sure. Tracy, I know you already gave us one item, which is coconut water. So I'm not going to count that against you. So give us two more items. Tracy.
Hold on. Yep, here I
Okay.
am. Sorry, I
Okay.
couldn't get my mic to work.
No, it's okay. When I repeat, it's just because I'm worried that you have IT issues. So no worries. We know, trust me, many of us are listening. Of course, I'm hosting, I can't do it, but many people are listening, but they're still doing stuff. So they're on they could walk across the room to go get something, and all of a sudden I'm calling them out, and they're like, I'm running to the phone. I'm getting it. Right. So
Yes.
no worries. So go ahead, Tracy. I know you already said coconut water, so we're not going to count that. So give
Yes.
us two more things.
Definitely a bag of mixed nuts, like a mixture of walnuts, almonds, pistachios, all the brain foods.
Right.
And then 100% a blanket or something to keep yourself warm because some rooms are a lot colder than others. So I always come in layers.
So like a blanket or a sweatshirt or sweater.
But yeah. Something
right?
something to keep you warm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, Joey, you're next. Two items, please.
Very simple. A first aid kit and a notepad.
All right. And give me a minute. I'm writing down. Maureen, go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, a pen, because when you bag, there never seems to be enough pens and you want to get out of there quickly. And electrolytes, because that's the trick that you gave me that helps me with my headaches.
Yes, yes. And that's, on that topic, and I'm glad it did help you because you were really struggling that time. Um, you can go to Walmart, people, and get Pedialyte packets that they have for little babies. So they're small packets, and you can add them to whatever your drink of choice is. If you're having a Coke or a water or a Gatorade, I like Gatorade. So what I'll typically do is get a Gatorade and then just add the packet of Pedialyte, because you will be amazed how fast you dehydrate, especially when you go to Vegas. It's very dry there. You're not really sweating. And when you are sweating, it's evaporating as fast as it's coming out of your pores. So you don't even realize you're sweating out your moisture and your fluids. And so I highly recommend Pedialyte, electrolytes, whatever, for sure. For sure. Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, I was gonna say to add on to that, liquid IV. They're
Yes.
small little packets. You just need a little 16 ounce, water bottle. You just throw like half the pack in there or the whole one if you're super out of it, and it is a lifesaver in so many spots.
Right. Anything on that level, right?
Yep. Yep.
Anything like that. Okay. So my two that I am going to suggest in this first round is a lip balm. And the other would be I have these little metal, they're very small. They're probably the size of your pinky finger, and they're metal and they hold pills. And so I have one of every pill I take on a daily basis, which for me, that is two pills, that are prescription pills, not including my vitamins. Okay. And I make sure I have at least one of my daily pills with me because, okay, I take my pills in the morning. Say I take them every day at 8 in the morning, which, of course, when they're prescribed medicine, the doctor always wants you to take them at the same time a day. So 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, sometimes I'm at a poker table until 4 or 5 in the morning. And one of my pills is about blood pressure. And when you're not sleeping, it screws up your blood pressure. So for me to have a blood pressure medicine with me at 4 in the morning, yeah, I'm going to pop it a little bit early because I'm feeling the effects that maybe I should take my blood pressure medicine a little early because I've been up all night and no sleep, right? And so I always recommend to take at least one of your prescribed medicines, daily medicines, in a little. I have a little metal one, but whatever your little pill box is, and put that in your backpack. So those are my two suggestions. I'm going to go back to Isaac for two more suggestions.
Well, I'm weird because I always got a little, little satchel or something.
Right,
So I'll have my ID in there for sure. Players cards.
right.
Um, Let me see. What is another thing that I think is super important to have? A couple of cannabis cigars prepped and ready for, you know what I'm saying? And uh, yeah, yeah, and you know what? And I like what I think it was Tracy said about having like a little like trail mix type of thing.
Yeah.
Super important because snacks at WSOP, forget about it, right? Like they be too damn high priced. They're not that great. You're better off making your own. But I
And
think
they're hard to find.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. Oh, and the one thing that I think is super vital, and shout out to my wife for this, is having your own sanitizer. But I have her make one for me because she adds like essential oils and all that. So when you use it, it doesn't smell all freaking sanitizer like, which is not that pleasant.
Okay, Queen. Am I going to have
Hey,
to start
hey,
calling you
hey, hey,
Queen
hey,
now?
can I eat? You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, Queen. All right, Tracy, we're coming back to you for 2 more suggestions. Oh, that's hilarious. I
I
love the answer.
definitely also bring, I have a little, like you said, a little pill box with like either some ibuprofen or or headache medicine, something that in case you start feeling the headache coming on from the lights and just being fatigued. And
Right.
it's always a good thing to have.
Right.
And then, of course, I have my little Grogu as my, bringing the force. So whatever brings the force for you, put it out there. Be proud of it.
I love it. So a card protector.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Go ahead, Maureen.
More, okay, a funny item, but needed socks. Because sometimes, you're wearing flip-flops, but then it's so cold in the poker room. So a backup pair of socks.
I love it.
Um, and just snacks. Everyone else covered everything else.
All right. Joey, any other things?
So, it's funny. Tracy's the backpack girl, by the way. She's the one I can't even imagine. You have no idea how heavy that damn thing is. All right. I'm serious.
You're
I'm
the
more of
real
a satchel
you're
or
the
like
real boy.
right. If I can get away with it, I'm a man purse guy. All
Right.
right. If I
Right.
could. All right. And so you can only limit so much. We talked about the dryness, the chapstick. Okay. Simple things like chapstick. Now that's in my first aid kit, but if you don't have a first aid kit, you really should just stock it with like a spare set of reading glasses. And your first aid kits are more than just for wounds. Okay. You get that? So
Right.
that's a well stocked with think out of the box. I have backup of my medicine because my eye medicine. I have contacts, so I have to have contact lens solution. These are survival essentials. And protein. Every first aid kit has to have emergency backup protein, even if it's just a I don't know beef jerky, right?
Right. I totally agree. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of things, and I think that our backpack's pretty full, but of course, we can add to it at any point in time. Um, I have been in casino, long are gone are the days when casinos were like 45 below zero. Like there were days that casinos were so ridiculously cold, like your hands were, you couldn't even feel your fingertips. And I like it cold, but not that cold. And at some point in the last probably 8 years, the casinos finally got the memo to, hey, we like it chilly, but not that chilly. And now sometimes you go into the casino and it's hot. But a couple of things I would suggest are gloves with the fingertips, maybe, maybe one side where those gloves like flip over so you can expose your fingertips. The other thing, I have been known to carry hand warmers, those things that like construction guys use that you shake and they're warm and you can just hold on to them to warm up your hands. Um, so those would be a couple of things I would suggest as well as tissues. I think it's a good idea to carry tissues, a couple of napkins. I think they always come in handy. So I think our backpack's full of a lot of useful stuff. And again, if we want to add to it later, we can, no problem. So I appreciate everybody contributing to that conversation. And we are gonna close this space. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Joey, because your hand is up. And whatever you're gonna talk about, please do. And then any closing remarks. Go ahead.
Real quick, the one item I forgot is the portable chargers, but they have ones with solar cells built into them, or even cranks to wind up the charge. Because there's only so many limited plugs in the arena, and you really want to leave your phone halfway across the room when you could charge it right at the table.
And don't forget your cords. If you use a cord for your charger, don't forget your cord. So did you have any closing remarks, Joe?
Yeah. So yesterday in our session, our training session, coaching session, spiritual session with Tracy, I gave her a challenge to find the other Jedi Knights out there, the ones that have the knowledge that we don't have, and listen to them. And she found her way here because you're one of them, Sherry. You get that?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Um, I I hope my reach is always positive, and I hope my reach is contagious. And if it is, I'm very happy with that. So thank you. Definitely appreciate it, Joe. All right, Tracy, any closing remarks?
Again, I just appreciate the platform. I appreciate everybody that's on here. It's to learn, and that's what poker and life is all about. We just learn every day, learn something new every day.
I agree. And I think that, tenfold is why I'm so appreciative that Joey has decided to join us every day to give us a poker lesson. I love the
Absolutely.
fact that we can learn together and have topics we can discuss and learn every
100,
day.
100%. Yep.
And how many times do we say, or coaches will tell you, or a pro player will tell you, if you just take 15 minutes a day to improve your game, watch a video, read a book, whatever, take
Mm-hmm.
15 minutes. And I'm hoping that coaching corner is that 15 minutes for everybody. So thank you, Tracy.
Absolutely. Yes.
Uh,
Thank you.
Absolutely. I see Sean McCormick. I don't mean to blow up your spot, buddy, but if you want to come up and tell us anything before we sign off, just request in that bottom left corner because we're coming to a close and I want to give you a chance if there was something you wanted to tell us about. Pardon me. Maureen, any closing remarks, love? Uh-oh, Maureen. Did I lose her? Click that.
Hi.
There you go. She's
Okay,
running
sorry.
across her. That was a pure case of she's running across the room because she heard her name mentioned.
I was talking to a dead mic, but yeah. Thank you again for the opportunity to bring the rule topic to everyone. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And thanks again for all the effort you put into this space and all the information you give us. See you tomorrow.
Appreciate that, Maureen. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's going to be some great conversations about rules we get confused about. So thank you. Looking forward to it. Isaac, I'm going to put you on hold for a minute because I know Sean's working and we're going to let him have a minute or two or three or whatever. Before I get to you, Isaac. Hey, Sean McCormick, how are you?
God, if we're calling what I do work, I don't want to actually know what people actually do for work. No, this is great. I enjoy every second of what I do. How could you not? Working around poker players and poker enthusiasts all year long, and it's go time. It's summer poker camp. So I just want to come up and say good luck to you with all the spaces. Congrats on your day one of what year is this of you doing? I don't even know how long we've had spaces. I'll be honest. Is this 3 years, 2 years? What are we at
This
now?
is the fourth WSOP, the third year, but it's the fourth WSOP.
Got it, man. Well,
Crazy.
I love it. Keep up the work and the reporting and everything. And I'm not going to shamelessly plug any of my properties, but you know what we're doing this summer. We're doing it bigger. We're doing it better. And yeah, you guys can wear any patches you want at my final tables. I'll leave you with that. All right, I love you guys. Have a good summer. Good luck to everybody. And for those that can make it to the TDA summit, I think we have that at the Poker Go studio. That's
You do. We
I,
talked about it.
I'll
Yep.
plug that at Aria. That's one of my places. So I'll plug that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking out. I know we have a lot of things to talk about, especially around tech and vlogging and a couple different rule changes and stuff to align on. So I'm always excited about that. It's probably something that it's probably about time we tell Matt that this thing needs to happen every year because our game
It's
develops
getting there.
and moves faster today than it ever did. I've been in this game 25 years now, and every day I'm learning something new. I'm adapting to something that needs to change or needs to be added in or something like that. Because you rascally poker players are always solving the next new thing. So no, but looking forward to that. And yeah, good luck to everybody. If whether you're playing across the street where they give out bracelets or you're playing with me where we give out cash and trophies. Good luck to everybody.
Well, thanks, Sean McCormick. And please forgive me, but I don't know. Your title is pretty long. Could you tell my listeners your title with MGM, please?
Head of poker operations. It's the easiest way to say it. But yeah, I got a long title and a last name I can barely pronounce too. But yeah, it's too long. I agree. We have to shorten that thing up.
Well, we appreciate you. And just for those that may not know, Sean is a major reason why we have the meetup games at the Bellagio. And Craig takes a great care of us as well as the staff over the Bellagio. And of course, the seventh official meetup game is, I can't believe it's seven, is the 26th of June at 2 p.m. at the Bellagio. And Sean's kind enough to make sure we have pizza when we have our meetup games, and we have a lot of fun and can't wait, Sean. We're all looking forward to it. I think we already have 22 on the list.
Excellent. Good to hear. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to reconnecting with those that I haven't seen in a year at least. And yeah, looking forward to reconnecting with you, Sherry, and seeing how we can always improve on these meetup games, whether yours or anybody else's, or anything else we can improve on with the game or our operations at MGM Resorts. So I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and you know I do. And I do have a question for you because we were talking about this in this, I want to say in a space maybe last week or the week before. There's some of us that want to learn how to play Raz, and maybe I've played like four hands of Raz in the past, and I'm like, okay, I really want to learn this game. So, what is like your rule or policy or whatever, if I wanted to have a RAS game for beginners and we just come and we want a dealer and we're, pay the rake and all the, you know, whatever, like how is that something we can arrange to do with you guys or no?
I mean, if you want to play any game, yeah, if we have a table and we can book it, we'll definitely put up any game for any limit. Like Bellagio, we've run limits as low as 4-8 mix in the past. I would run a 4-8 straight up Raz or whatever structure you guys want to do, and we could help out with players on that too. Obviously, we can. I think that's a Raz is one of those games that's pretty simple to learn, but it's definitely a lifetime to master. I just to be funny for a second, I remember my old days on full tilt poker. Anytime I played horse, we were good until we came to the R, and then I wanted to throw my laptop out the closest window because that's the one where I'd ace 2 3 4, and I'd get beat to a jack on the river. But anyways, I'm telling bad beat stories here, but no, but seriously, like we would love to be able to help with that. At Aria, we run a pretty consistent base of 6 12 9 18, some lower limit games, and absolutely have the dealers obviously that are perfect to run these types of games and events. So yeah, if you want to come in any one of
Okay.
our properties, just let me know and I'll get you
Okay.
guys set up.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I'm not sure it'll be this trip, but December for sure if we don't do it in June. And I say that just because I'm not going to be there as long as I normally am, and B, I just don't know if I can squeeze in the organization of it. But we'll talk about it. Maybe somebody else will take over the reins so I could just kind of help with it.
Yeah, and
But
one more thing.
yes,
If you guys ever want to do a meetup game on the East Coast, my vice president of RAS operations, Barry Levy, would love to welcome you at Borgata. So,
I know.
if you ever want to
We're
do that,
trying.
we're
We're trying. That is something, believe me, that is on our list of things to do. And for me, it's not probably going to be this year. And just, for those that have seen the tweet that I made with what I have from now until December 31st, you understand what's going on in my life. So I can't imagine doing that this year, but I definitely would consider that next spring for sure. And because we want to have them in other places. That was like every time I started to talk about a meetup game, I'm like, look, if anybody wants to one in their area, come on, I'll help you organize it. Like that's the purpose. Let's have them in different places. I love that.
Well, the job of a sheriff is to deputize, right? So sometimes when you can't be present, you have to send your soldiers in for you. Just deputize Barry and let's move forward. He's your East Coast czar of all things mixed game and meetup. Boom, there it is.
Okay, here we go. We ready for it? The sheriff is now appointing Barry. It's official. You heard it here. It's even in a recorded space, which we all love. Yeah, we definitely got to work on that for sure. And hopefully it's before I move out west. Um, But we will definitely work on that. All right. I appreciate you, Sean. And
Sherry, can I ask you one question?
yes.
I'm going to put you as the host on the spot. What's the one thing, one player, one moment, one whatever that you're looking forward to this summer the most?
Oh, wow. Um, I am really proud of, you're going to make me emotional. I am really proud of this poker t-shirt quilt because my mom always fed whenever she saw a homeless person on the street. She always made sure to stop and make sure they had a meal. And so I would have to say the day we give that quilt away, when we pick the name for the person to win that quilt.
That's a beautiful thing. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
Yeah, appreciate the question. And I may be a little overtired and emotional, but I'm pretty proud of that project that we're going to feed the homeless in Vegas by the money with the money raised from it. And so it's sort of like a full circle moment, if you will. And I'm really proud. When I came up with the idea, I was like, hey, I think it'll be cool, but really until you're knee deep in it, do you really realize if it's going to click with everybody or not? And if it's going to be as cool as you think it is or not? And so it's all of the above. Like it has been so far a great experience, and we're raising money to help others. And yeah, so there you go. I'm going to stop babbling.
Nothing wrong with babbling about good causes. So appreciate you, and again, appreciate what you do for the industry. I'm going to take off because, as you can imagine, it's go time for us. So jumping
Hell
in and
yeah.
out of meetings and meeting a lot of new people and cool projects that I'm working on right now to just grow and elevate our game. But I appreciate you guys, and I will definitely be in here throughout the summer, in and out.
Well, we always enjoy your presence and having some fun with you in spaces. And we've had lots of it over the years and hope it continues because we have had lots of laughs in spaces together and it's awesome. And we appreciate the job you do on our behalf and you fight for us. And it does not go unnoticed, Sean. So thank you and appreciate you and your staffs always willing to take care of us, the players, for sure. Always welcome here, my friend. Appreciate it. Isaac, I see your hands up. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh yeah, earlier on the bag thing we were talking about, I think that for the ladies it would be important to carry some kind of something that you can alert people with. So I would say something like one of those, little ultrasonic whistles that have a flashlight type of thing or something of the matter. A little mace, a little pepper spray, something. But I would definitely think for the lady players
Right,
and for some fellas too that might be a little underweight or whatnot, that as
right.
well. And then I think my last item would probably be, and shout out to him because he's here, a little paper with the poker boss's number, email written on it, SOS, save us, Sean. That would be fire. And I think that's about it. Yeah.
You are so funny. All right, you guys, we're going to shut it down. I appreciate everybody that's been here today and contributed and those that have listened. And I hope you've were able to gather some information, some knowledge, maybe follow some people that are in this space so that you can follow along with their journey and share with us your journey. So appreciate all of you. And we'll be back at it tomorrow for the day 2 of the WSOP and All Vegas Poker. Here we go, people. Have a great day. Much love. Bye.